Hey guys, welcome to whilethestencildries. Today we're having a chat with Jack Thomas, tattoos over at Compendium. Do you want to tell us how long you've been tattooing for?
Hey guys, pretty much. So I've been tattooing for 13 years. Yeah, I started back in, I think it's around August 2012.
Yep.
So yeah, time's just flown by.
So you, at the moment, you do like a lot of large scale realism pieces, mostly black and grey.
Yeah, mostly black and gray. Like I love to add color in like where I can, but yeah, most people just keep requesting black and gray, which I'm fine with. I enjoy.
Yep.
So yeah, taking a liking to doing like sort of maybe more creepy demonic pieces.
Yep.
But yeah,
So how did
pretty
you get
much.
to this point doing like mostly big pieces, mostly black and grey? Like, did you start out doing another style? Was it your aim to do realism?
So I remember back when I started, I was kind of like, I'm guessing like every other artist, like had no idea, what you're trying to fall into or head towards. But yeah, I think it was about a year and a half in, 2 years maybe. I was like, you know what, I want to start trying to do some like darker, creepier stuff, and like pretty much went for realism. And yeah, so pretty much fell into that and then just kept pushing it, realizing like I had a love for doing realism.
How long did it take you, do you think, to establish getting all those larger pieces in?
But I think honestly around at least minimum 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I kept trying to push sort of the larger pieces from the start, but then I was like, oh, it's taking me way too long or it's just too much going on to like wrap my head around.
Yep.
But yeah, ever since like the last few years now, it's like a lot of people are like, okay, I want my whole leg, I want my whole back. So it's got to a point where now I'm like, all right, cool, get to do some really sort of fun stuff.
So do you plan out multi-day sessions, or do you have them
Yeah.
every couple of weeks, or?
Yeah, I kind of like, so now when I chat to clients, like say if like, oh, they're like, I just want my forearm done. I'm like, well, do you eventually want your whole arm done? Most will be like, yeah, in time. So I'm like, all right, well, how about we plan out the whole sleeve or even just like a panel and, plan that out first. So then you have like a goal at the end, and then we can sort of give you a better design.
Yeah, it's a much better option than slapping bit by bit.
Yeah, I used to do that like the first few years. I'd just be like, the typical like sleeve, and I'd just be like, slap a piece here, slap a piece there. But now it's like trying to think how it flows with the body. After working with like so many good artists now, I look at things a bit differently. Yeah.
Um, how hard is it to come up with those concepts that work on, like, I guess, an elongated scale?
Um, I find like it's weird. So it's like some of the designs, like I've already thought about in my head. So it's kind of already clicked, and I'm like, I want to do this. So I've already got like a piece in mind or how I want it to sit. But then others, a client might give me a topic, and I'm like, oh damn, I actually don't know much about this. So that takes a bit longer. Sometimes could take me hours to do
Yep.
the design. Sometimes I could do it in like 1 hour.
Yeah.
If I've already got the idea in mind, I'm like, all right, I know what I'm going for. It's more or less harder to find the references that I want to use to,
Yeah.
to base my design off. Yeah.
How do you find that inspiration, the creativity?
Honestly, I follow so many good artists, so many from Melbourne, and lately it's been a lot from Europe.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just the things they're coming up with are just like next level. Yeah. So I look up to them and I'm like, oh, they're doing crazy stuff. I want to do crazy stuff.
Have you traveled much for tattooing?
I've only traveled to Germany. I actually went to Germany to do a tattoo expo, but it got cancelled last minute. So me and my partner were like, you know what? Let's just go to Germany anyway and find a shop we can do the tattoo at.
Yeah.
So we went and did that anyway, and that was wild.
Yeah.
Completely different skin to like tattooing Australians.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was the difference?
It's like buttery smooth skin, like nice and pasty white, like the ideal skin.
Yeah, it doesn't see much sun over there.
Nah, that's right. So yeah, that was really different skin to tattoo, but yeah, come up really cool.
Who are you taking inspiration from at the moment?
So as always, as all of you know him, Harrison. His concepts are, out of control here. And then over in Europe, I'm not sure if you know him, her name's Sampa Guida J.
No.
She does like large scale, I'd say like surrealism, sort of like opaques mixed with color.
Mm.
So yeah, I kind of like love her stuff. So, and then another lot of crazy artists over there like Michael Wurst, but they're more like full color realism. And yeah, I'm just obsessed with it, but I can't do it here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I find Melbourne's definitely more of a black and grey town.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, but yeah, in saying that, it's like yeah, Harrison, Benji Rocket Launcher,
Mhm.
it's Chris Sunke, who I work with, Amnia. He did all my tattoos like 12 years ago.
I guess moving forward with tattooing is social media.
Yeah,
So you do actually make a bunch of content, some reels. It
yeah,
looks like it's planned out. You've got a
yeah,
strategy there. So
yeah.
how do you go with that?
So I've done a lot of research over the years about social media. I kind of really put all my effort into it. I would say maybe about 3 to 4 years ago. I was like, all right, if I want to kind of grow on Instagram, I need a game plan. So when I first started, I followed a lot of trends, which is, I think, the easiest way to get your profile out there. So I jumped on that first, and then that started working. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I really try to dig deep and, because the algorithm's always changing. So the things I was doing back then don't work now,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I was like, damn, all right, I need to scratch that and see what else I can come up with. So I started doing a lot of research. And now I found out it was like more about like keywords, and you have to show yourself now.
Mhm.
You have to. It's like Instagram wants to see you first. And I'm like, all right, let's do that. And yeah, a lot of the videos I did just kind of took off. So I was like, all right, this is working. I'll keep at it. But yeah, it gets hard to stay on top of it and tattoo full time
Yeah.
and then edit in your spare time. We all know how it is. So,
How is it working around customers and like your schedule with the tattooing of the day? Obviously, you've sort of got a plan. I'm going to film the
so
stencil. I'm going to film this.
yeah, so
How does the customer think?
it's hard. Sometimes you have to have the right customer as well. So right design, right customer, and also like say sometimes it could take me extra long to get my design and the stencil ready, and I'm like, oh shit, it's already 2 o'clock. I'm like, damn. And then I'm like, do you mind if I record as well?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So, the client has to be kind of happy with it. I asked them before if they don't mind being filmed.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's what I'll do is plan that out, get everything set up, my tripods, my cameras, microphone if I'm using that. So it's a whole process.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
even seen people set up like the mobile rotating rigs. So they're actually like
Yep.
spinning around them automatically.
Yeah,
Their
that's
paddle.
crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
There's some setups that are wild. The most I've done is like you kind of like tape your microphone to your wrist.
Yeah.
So when you're doing stuff that picks up all the sound,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like that's the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, how much has that, do you think, affected your clientele, like increased your clientele?
I think I think it's been quite good. Even though some days it may take me longer, we may get like less tattooing done. It's like I guess we're recording the process. It's also your clients feeling a bit more special
Yeah.
because you're like, hey, I want to take my time out to record what we're doing on you.
Yeah.
So I've rarely had a client say no, you can't film me. And yeah, I think it's boosted the clientele definitely because people are seeing that you're taking pride in it. They get to see the process videos, like finished result, and then the clients can show their friends and family, and they're like, "Well, I want to get featured," So
Well, I
yeah,
guess the way you film it, showing like the stencil and
yeah,
the actual process in
yeah,
progress, do you think that gives customers sort of more confidence in like sometimes you
yeah,
stick a stencil on, it doesn't quite make sense.
yeah.
Do you think that gives them more confidence in you?
I think so. I think them seeing if they really want, they can go look back at every step you're doing and they're like, I like how they're doing things. Everything's nicely wrapped, everything's perfectly clean. They get to see how you work. So they're kind of not coming in not knowing,
Yeah.
which yeah, would make them feel more at ease, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Where do you see it going in social media? Is there going to be some new platform to keep up with, or do you think like these mega monsters like Instagram and
Yep.
TikTok are just going to uh, keep progressing and wiping out any new competition?
Honestly, I think TikTok and Instagram will just keep growing. I think it's going to be quite hard for something new to come in and take over them. Um, I think with the social media side of it, I think it's only going to keep going. It's kind of like, unfortunately, us artists, we have to do this now. We have to join it.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry. For years, I was like, I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm not doing it. And then I was like, damn, I have to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's hard, for us being editors, designers, tattooers, creators, um, videographers, doing everything. But I think once you do it for a bit and you get over the fact that like we have to do it, it just becomes part of the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanna move with everyone else, we have to kind of keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, it's been working for you. So,
Yeah, it's working. So it's like, as long as I can keep doing these nice tattoos and showing them off, then I'm happy.
and so what are you using these days to tattoo? Like, what's your favorite machine?
So pretty much for the last few years, I've just been using a Flux, FK Irons Flux. Um, I tried out the ink machine, the Cobra,
Mhm.
gave that a go. I'm still in the middle of testing it out, so it's a little bit different for me. Still a beautiful machine, but and then now I've picked up Flux Max,
Yeah.
and I use that, and I was like, damn, it kind of feels like home.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much rocking the FK Irons Flux, and I've had a few people ask me as well. I use the solid ink black label grey wash set.
Mhm.
So I pretty much rock that and pretty much dynamic and star bright white.
So do you mix like any drops of white from that more
Yeah.
not opaque? Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much with my grey wash, I'll chuck a few drops of white in my extra light and light.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a little rinse cup on the side as well, with a little bit of white ink in it.
Cool.
Yeah, it kind of helps me get those sort of nice cloudy sort of light tones instead
Yeah.
of it being more grainy. It's a bit more smooth. Yeah, just been rocking that.
Cool. So what advice would you give to people starting out these days?
So
Or is it a good time to start out?
I don't know. I feel like that's what everyone's thinking at the moment. It's like there's so many artists emerging now, and it's like tattoo schools are popping up crazy. I know they're mainly just for fine line, so it's like I don't know. It's a really weird time. Like I feel like everyone's trying to get into it right now to be like, oh my god, look, I'm going to make some money.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. But I guess we'll find out over the next year or two kind of what's happening. But I mean, if you're like a real true artist and you really want to get into it, I mean, you can try your luck.
Yeah.
Keep trying with studios. People are still looking for like good apprentices. So, keep at it, keep persistent, but just don't go in with the mindset, I'm gonna make heaps of money.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that. It takes a very long time, to
Yeah.
cement yourself and get somewhere in the industry.
Yeah. So where did you start out 13 years ago?
So, I am originally from the West, around, like Laverton, sort of Sunshine way, and, Sunshine's where I did my apprenticeship.
Oh, really? Whereabouts?
Yeah, right across from the Derrimut Hotel in Sunshine. It was a place called Insane Ink back then, not too far from Alien Ink, you
Yeah.
might know.
Yeah. I've been into there. That was something.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much on the other side of the station, that's where I did my apprenticeship. And, yeah, it was a interesting place to do your apprenticeship. So,
The clientele.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've, had some, fun times there.
Yeah.
But, it kind of like, it prepared me for every type of client
Yeah.
for moving forward.
How long was your apprenticeship?
So it was super weird. My apprenticeship was actually only for about a year.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of chucked in the deep end back then, like, 13 years ago. It was kind of like you jump in there like, well, you're not going to learn if you don't tattoo. So it was like kind of like 2 weeks in, my boss at the time was like, well, come on, get someone in to tattoo them. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like, mate, you're not going to learn. I'm like, all right. So, yeah, kind of jumped straight into it. And then my boss at the time actually just left. So it was me running the studio
Yeah.
for a bit. Yeah.
How many artists were there?
There was only two of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was like, so originally it was my boss, me, and one other artist. And then, yeah, he just upped and left. And then I was like, damn. So I kind of had to like take the role of like keeping the studio in check sort of as an apprentice.
Yeah.
So it was a weird, weird time.
So you accidentally got some responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early on.
Do you think that helped?
It helped with dealing with, like, how a studio was run and, like, dealing with clients and bookings and that straight off, but, I mean, like, it probably hindered my learning for tattooing
Yeah.
because it took me way longer
Yeah.
to get to a point where I was like, "Hey, that tattoo's kinda nice."
How far in do you think it was before you think you started? I know probably 3 years in, you probably thought you were doing great, but when do you think, looking back now, you actually started doing good?
I think, honestly, it was I reckon about the 6, 7-year mark
Yeah.
where I was like, "Okay, I'm starting to build my clientele now. My tattoos are coming back and they're looking nice and healed," and yeah, so I reckon around that 6, 7-year mark,
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's right from all the feedback I've heard. That's about the mark.
Yeah.
You've got enough hours under your belt.
Yeah.
You've seen enough tattoos come back
Yep.
that you can really say what's going to last, what needs more contrast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I feel like that I thought maybe at, like, the 4, 5-year mark, I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing well," and then it's like you keep going, you're like, "Nah, I wasn't." I
yeah.
was doing okay, but yeah. So, yeah. Is that what most other artists that you spoke to have said?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think most people like really hit their mark around that. I
Yeah.
guess that's when they might do some great tattoos before then,
Yep.
but I think most people are consistently good
Yeah.
after about that time, where almost every single tattoo is like a
Yep.
winner, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed even like a lot of artists back then, like Benjamin Lucas and all them. I'd ask them and be like, "How long you been tattooing?" They're like, "Oh, like 6, 7 years," and I'm like, it's that point that sort of like a lot of big artists hit, and I was like, "Damn, they're killing it."
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's hard to tell. It's hard to see that far away when you're starting
that's
out. You
right.
think,
When you're in it, you're like, I don't
yeah.
know what's going on.
And then next thing you know, it's been 10 years.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I look now, like a Facebook memory popped up, and it was like your first tattoo 13 years ago, and I was like, "Damn."
What was it?
It was a little butterfly on a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that on a paying customer or?
Free. Nah, I did free tattoos for a bit. I was like, "Oh, just buy me some lunch and, we'll call it even."
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, wild looking back at some of my tattoos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing back then you would have done like any style that came through the door, any
Yeah.
walk-in.
Yeah. Back it was pretty much like a lot of line work. I did a lot of, like, oriental stuff, a lot of tribal, because tribal was still kind of in then. It
Mhm.
was kind of on its way out. So, yeah, a lot of line work. So that's why me going to realism, um, was so weird because it's like you shouldn't be lining this, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. My
Yeah.
stencil's disappearing. What do I do? Kind of freaking out.
So now that you're established as a realism artist,
Yeah,
do you do any other styles as well, like on like old customers that just want something else?
yeah. I've got clients from like still like 8 years ago, and they're like, I only trust you, and I'm like, come in, I'll do some script for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I still do it, like, because I feel like for those first few years, I was like a walk-in artist, so I just did kind of whatever came through the door.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've still got that in me.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, "Hey, can you squeeze this in for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it."
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. So I don't get asked too much for like no one's gonna come to me and be like, "Hey, can you do a neo trad piece?" You know? But small bangers, I'll still do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself, I guess you went to Germany and then that
Yep.
fell through. Do you
Yep.
see yourself traveling internationally more?
I would like to. I would still like to do an expo overseas.
Yeah.
Because like I was like ready for it. And then yeah, last minute they're like, oh, sorry. And I was like, oh no. So yeah, I would love to still do something overseas somewhere.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna try and plan that for the future if possible.
Yeah, I think when you're overseas and then you're at a convention with so many great artists and you see like the Europeans and that spend, 30, 40 hours on like not a gigantic piece
Yeah.
and then you see it healed up and just walking around. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
All those artists that I follow and like look up to, same, but they're like this huge thigh piece and they're like, it's 50 hours. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's insane. But you can see the 50 hours in it.
Yeah,
There's not one spot wrong.
it's pretty lucky. Well, the difference in clientele and mentality for overseas where people will spend 50 hours on
Yeah.
on a thigh piece, but over here they're like, oh, couple of days.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
try
like,
that.
"Come on, more than 2?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, if you want a good one, yeah."
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, yeah, crazy. And, like, they do such long hours, what I've noticed over there. And all the artists, they're like, "Oh, did this tattoo in a 12-hour session." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Like,
What are your sessions at?
I reckon I'm tattooing for around 7-hour mark, give or take.
Yeah.
6 to 7 usually. I will push it back, obviously, if I'm, like, an hour off or, a little bit more, I'll stay back and finish it.
Yeah.
But, usually it's like my clients book, like, multiple sessions, so it's like you can kinda just achieve the chunk you want to for that, and then.
So do you plan out if you're doing multiple back-to-back days, do you plan to hit this exact spot and sort of try and keep a nice clean edge for the next day?
Yeah, so depending, like, what I'm doing, if I can, like, plan it for, like, a nice cutoff and I can match the stencil back on, say if they're doing, like, 2 days in a row,
Yeah.
I'll either, depending how their skin's holding with the stencil, I'll, either get them to keep it on overnight and, like, try not to wash it off when they have a shower, or, if it is rubbing off, I'll be like, "Look, let's just clean the top part off, and then I'll rematch it up tomorrow."
Do you know what you should try?
What?
Tattoo armor.
Tattoo armor? Yeah, I've actually got
You
a few
do?
sheets.
Yeah, wrap it up overnight.
Yep.
It'll keep the stencil on for the
Alright.
next day.
I haven't
You
tried
won't
it
lose
yet.
anything. You haven't?
No, I've only, like, used it on, like, say, a part that I've finished,
Yeah.
and then I wrapped that and then continued off that the next day. I haven't used it with a stencil.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's what
Yeah?
like
Okay.
back-to-back sessions is what it's like pretty much made for.
Yep.
It's like there's no moisture on the stencil, there's no plasma leaking over it. It's not rubbing on any bed sheets or anything.
Yep.
Or if you glad wrap it up, gets all that moisture underneath, rubs the stencil off.
I'll definitely give it a go. I think I have a few sheets from, last expo tucked away, so
Yeah,
I'll definitely give it a go.
I'll give you a pack before you leave.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate it.
And yeah, so as far as social media goes,
Yep.
obviously AI is coming out everywhere.
In full
Like,
force.
yeah.
Yeah.
So not specifically for tattoo designs or whatever, but as far as social media, do you think AI will play a part in just everybody's tattooing videos? Like people get their tattoos to move and do all this other shit. Like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
remember, like, even, like, it was maybe about 6 years ago, there was, like, a thing came out and it, like, made the tattoos move and, like, I remember I used it once and I was like, "This is crazy."
yeah,
But yeah, like, looking how, like, strong AI has come out now, like, it's just there's no stopping it. It's, yeah, so it's like, it's gonna be hard for some artists to compete with it, and then it's gonna make a lot of artists' job easier.
yeah. And I guess that's where now you've already got people sort of have fake portfolios generated by AI.
Yeah.
Um, I guess, but surely people have got to be able to find a way to see through that.
Yeah, I think us as artists, we all pick it up. We're like, "That's obviously AI." But, I guess it's hard. Like, if you're like a client just looking, you're like scrolling along and you're like, "Oh my god, look at this. This is amazing." And then you send it to your artist and your artist is like, "That is not possible." Um, so I don't know. I think people, they're just probably not gonna learn the difference,
Yeah,
I think, or like AI is just gonna keep getting better and better.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of those pages where it's just all AI tattoos and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers and comments and. So yeah, it's not good for all us just trying to push our tattoos out.
do you think you could use it? I guess you've got to use it for your benefit because it's there.
Yeah,
Even just for finding a way to work it into your booking system.
true. Yeah, I think we're all gonna have to learn to, like, use AI to our advantage,
Yeah,
Like, maybe not let it do everything,
yeah,
but at least, let it help us in some way. Like, most people use, Chat GPT now. Even clients, like, they'll have fully planned out a leg sleeve, and then they send it to me and I'm like, "Okay, damn, that's that's a lot of information." I'll loosely go off what, you have looked up, and I'll come up with something with it.
yeah.
But I guess it's also help for ideas.
Do you get client emails that have clearly used ChatGPT to have a chat with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I get some replies and I'm like, this is a very smart reply. Like AI smart, you
Yeah.
know, and there's like the little hyphens that it leaves and stuff like that where you're like, I know it's ChatGPT.
Do you use any booking systems or anything, or do you just straight up like have a chat over Instagram and then book something in
So
manually?
so pretty much all I use is like a calendar app, like a booking app for that. And then everything is just email or Instagram. And I don't have anyone that does it for me.
Yeah.
I talk to all my clients myself. And yeah, so sometimes it takes me a bit longer to reply, but you know, it's all authentic. It's always me chatting to them. And yeah, I handle everything, all bookings and consults and
Do you do as many in-person consults as you used to?
it's dropped off a lot. A lot of people used to be like, "Hey, can I come in and have a chat?" You know, and I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." But I guess now it's like you've got your whole portfolio online. You can just send all your dates. Like, you know, you can have a consult with them. They can send their photos, their ideas. I still get the odd occasion where a client will be like, "Oh, can I come in and have a chat?" And I'm like, "Of course, always welcome. If you want to make the effort of, you know, coming out to see me, then yeah, I'll take some time out of my day to sit down and have a chat with you."
Yeah. So do you get people traveling far to come and see you?
I do actually. I have a client that I tattoo him nearly like once a month, or pretty much yeah, once or twice a month, and he flies from Tassie
Oh,
every time.
yeah.
Flies over, gets tattooed, flies back.
Yeah.
Yep. I got some clients that traveled 3 hours to come down all the way past Traralgon, and yeah, so it's like really nice knowing that they're willing to travel.
Yeah. It's
So,
flattering.
you know, I'll go the extra mile, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really nice feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else do you think social media could be doing for us? Like, as far as do you need to add not just your face, but your personality? Do you think you need to be talking to the camera?
Yeah, I think what I've learnt lately is the stuff I was doing 6 months ago is now not working. So I'm like, all right, back to the drawing board. And then now I've learned it's like, yep, you have to show your face and your personality and talk.
Yeah.
Those are the videos that are doing well, you
So,
know?
how frustrating is it, like trying to keep up with the trends and not like once you get that click down that works, and then having to change it again like 6 months later?
It's it's quite tiring, especially if you're like tattooing all the time. It's like I don't have all the time in the world to sit at home and look up trends and but yeah, it is tiring. Once you think you've nailed like what the algorithm is, it's like, hey, we're gonna change it again.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, now I gotta figure out what's working
Yeah.
again, all over again.
And so, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of tattooing?
I think right now I'm quite happy with where I'm at. Like I'm just gonna keep pushing myself to be better. I'm around great artists now. Like, you know, they're award winning artists that I work with now. And like they've definitely pushed me to be way better. So, you know, even just with dealing with clients and designs and placement and, you know, technique. So I think right now I'm quite happy where I'm at. Going to keep learning. Hopefully do some traveling and tattooing. That's what I would like to do. But yeah, that's it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Haven't thought too far ahead.
And what do you do creatively outside of tattooing? I'm guessing you do a bunch of painting. Like, there's always paint workshops going on down there.
Yeah. Yeah. So the boys at the shop, they host paint nights, like at least once a month. So we're just getting back into that now that the nicer weather's coming. So yeah, I used to do still life classes with Insomnia. Me and him used to do that together. So I did that a few years back. And that I feel like taught me a lot as well. And yeah, pretty much I play a lot of games as well. So that's like a lot of creativity comes from sort of all that stuff too.
Cool.
Yeah.
And where can people find you on Instagram? What's your Instagram?
Um,
And is it best to email, DM?
yep. I go by Jack T underscore tattoos on Instagram. Jack T double E. You can find me. And pretty much look DM or email, whatever works. I'm usually always active on Instagram. If I'm not tattooing, I'll be on Insta.
Yeah.
So you can catch me there. and we can have a chat and, go over some ideas.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks for coming down and having a chat
Thanks
today.
for having me. It's been a
And
pleasure.
I'll get you some tattoo armor on the way out.
All right. Thanks, legend. Appreciate that, mate.
All right. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Shit.
Thank you, Bella.
Wasn't too bad.
Nah, that was all right. That was all